Welcome to this new video about Sim Update number 5. Sim Update number 5 has been just released and now it's cool because it's also available on both the Xbox Series X and Shera, so X-Ray and Shera. There were some bumps, as you could have seen on Twitter, right? There were some people reporting some issues, especially with downloading. I would say, it looks like it's a pretty popular game because some of the services were really slow or not available. Yeah, eventually that should be resolved though within now, maybe now already or maybe in a few hours. I also had some issues downloading the update. It took me 5 times or something. But hey, I have it. The first thing which you observe when you're starting the game is that some things have changed, right? The spotlight event is now displayed on the left side instead of the right side, and the world map of course has moved to the other end. So let's zoom on the discovery flights or on the spotlight, and that contains 2 new items. First thing is the discovery flights, which as the name already tells you, helps you to discover the world. It is focused on the core content, which is the default content of Flight Simulator 2020, and has several, I would say, interesting points like the Mount Everest, the Gizeh pyramids, Bora Bora, Naples, Rio de Janeiro and New York. And there are the specific ones for the world updates. Keep in mind, if you want to try these, you need to have that or these world updates installed, right? Which means Japan, US, UK and Ireland actually. And then we've got 2 in France and Denmark and Norway. Norway is part of the latest world update which has been released. I expect that more items will, I would say, be added here. The other observation is that the, I would say, navigation has completely changed. In the past we could scroll from left to right. It has now been changed from top to bottom, which is, I would say, something you need to get used to. Going back to the main screen, the next thing we're going to look at is the world map. And the world map has changed, right? It now displays several points as a point of interest, and it also has an updated card and shows now nice things and pretty clear. Here also Lake Isabella, seagulls, right? So some things have changed. And also the menu below here has changed because now you can zoom into the map. If you're searching for the additional filters like previously, you need to press the space and then you will find, I would say, the normal menu which you already knew from prior versions. Now we're here, let's also have a look at the aircrafts. The aircrafts have changed. So with this release there are now a few additional aircrafts like the Cessna Skyhawk Amphibian G1000, the Cupcrafter X-Cup floats and skis, and there are some other ones which I can't find as we speak. I think it was also the normal Cessna 172 which has been updated. Let me see. Oh, here are the official ones. So the one I showed you was actually a community add-on. So now these are the official G1000 Skyhawk, both skis and floats, which is cool, right? It's because now has I would say it now lets you land on water and also on the snow. So this is something I'm really going to test, I would say, in the near future. In addition to that, when scrolling back to the top and going, for example, for the Airbus, you will see that some liveries have been added. The Xbox Aviators Club, right? So we can now fly an Xbox marketing airplane, and we already had the Aviators Club livery, which was already there, if I'm correct. All kind of cool stuff. Other than that, nothing has changed here as far as I could find out. Some oil leakage, right? So some nice complete failures which you can program. I've posted an earlier video about that. Simply search on my channel and you will find it. Besides that, we've got the flight training, and the flight training for people who played Flight Simulator 2020 on, I would say initially, they are probably used to this. There are some things changed, right? You can now or they're now really scored and now correctly tracked, which wasn't, I would say, initially the part. So even if you are playing Flight Simulator already for a long time, then reconsider to complete these ones, because you can see 0% mastered, and that's applicable for all of them. Unfortunately, the A320 is not, I would say, modified a lot. It still has the 2 training sessions in it. Hopefully Asobo will work on that in the future. In addition to that, we've got the activities, and the activities has also completely changed. Besides the landing challenges and boost trip, you will find the discovery flights and the flight training in this section. If we go to the landing challenges, you will find the landing challenges in the same categories as previously, but you now need to scroll from top to bottom and not from left to right. Keep that in mind. There's no additional, I would say, landing challenge being added to the simulator yet. The same thing is applicable for the boost trip. The boost trip, also the same thing is applicable. You still have the boost trips. Keep in mind that these ones are, I would say, custom add-ons, so they're not, I would say, part of Flight Simulator. For example, we've got the Unalaska to Kulik Lake. And there you can try all the, I would say, lags from this specific boost trip. But again, they're not new, although it shows they're new. That's probably because I didn't fly them yet, because I didn't find time yet to do that. So navigation has changed massively. Then going to the top menu, this one is also new. So you had enough notifications. You can see that there's now no new notification because I already missed it. But when starting Flight Simulator after the update, it will show a nice notification that you need to update or install the additional updates, which are the ones which you can find in the Content Manager. To show you how to do that, go to the profile, go to Content Manager, and in the Content Manager you will find the update section. So you click the item, you click on select all, and then download the additional 23 gigs of data which you need to have to make sure that the rest of the items is updated which you own. Don't forget to do it. You need to always do it after installing an update, either a world update or a sim update. You need to do it. All kind of cool, right? So in addition to that, we've got this one is also new. It will now display local players. Not sure what's local referred to. Maybe local is to your region, not sure. This was also not part of the, I would say, previous release, if I'm correct. So also new to the product. Then we've got the Orbis Flying Eye Hospital, right, which is an hospital which is used for mobile surgery and education for international promotion of eye health in developing nations. This is an aircraft which is, I would say, it sounds a little bit silly, but it can't fly. You only can, I would say, walk through it and look at it, how it looks like. Probably gonna look where it is, and once I found it, I will post a new video about that. Hopefully in the future this nice McDonnell Douglas MD-10 can fly, because that would be cool. In the same box here you will find the news, which also contain the release notes, right? There's a huge performance improvement which uses the CPU better memory, and GPU uses faster loading times. Stutters have been significantly reduced. Well, that's something we need to try out. Didn't try that yet. Then we've got the discovery flights, which we just discussed, the world updates, the activity updates, which we discussed, the training flights, and there's the flight assistant. There's something also new, which allows you to quickly go to the top panel of Flight Simulator and then use the certain handy options like select nearby point of interest or airports, etc. Gamepad navigation, specifically of course for the Xbox, and also some cockpit interactions which have changed. Specifically it looks like for the Xbox, but can also be used when controlling Flight Simulator with a mouse. The ski and float variants, we already saw them. And then we've got the accessibility screen reader, which now allows you to read the screen, right? Makes it possible for everyone around the world to play Flight Simulator 2020, which is really cool. New liveries, we just discussed them, and then we've got the list of known issues. Make sure that you're reading this prior to creating a case with Asobo. If you experience one of these issues, then it's on the list to, I would say, be fixed somewhere in a future update. As always, have a look also at the forums.flightsimulator.com for additional updates or questions. This is where this video ends. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.